Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday, April 29th, and today we're going to do some math where we're working on measuring how heavy and light things are. Up until now, we've done comparing things that are heavy and things that are light. But for today's lesson in weight, we're going to be measuring how many non-standard units does something weigh. So you're going to turn to this page in your weight book. It's right after your cut and paste heavy or light that we did the other day. And it's called Way to Go. Do your Way to Go page and grab your scale. I know some of your scales are way better than my scale. So in one side of the scale, you're going to put a pencil. And then it says connecting cubes, but you might not have connecting cubes as your weight, as your measuring item, like in your measuring kit. So I have some Lego in my measuring kit, so maybe I would use Lego. You use some glue sticks, maybe you use glue sticks. Some of you use blocks, so you might change it to blocks. Just write up here, my friends, what item you're using. So make a little line and say, what's my non-standard? You don't have to write non-standard. Non-standard unit. Just make a little box here and write down. So if I was going to use coins, I would write coins right in here and ignore these little things that we're doing boxes with, okay? So put your pencil on one side and then add a coin, if you're using coins, and see if it balances. If it doesn't balance straight yet, then add another coin. If it doesn't balance straight yet, add another coin. When both sides of your balance are balanced, your balance will be straight, and then you can record here how many coins it was heavy, or how many blocks, or how many yardsticks, or how many cards you use, depending what you're using for your units. You're just going to pick one kind of non-standard unit to measure each of these items. And we're not at school, so you might not have some of these things, but I know I sent scissors home with everybody so you can measure them. It says a box of crayons, but maybe just count. I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 crayons. Maybe just toss 6 crayons in one side and count how many of your non-standard unit. A light-ish book, because we don't want to break your scale, and a plain piece of paper. Write down how much does it weigh using non-standard units. The weight equals how many non-standard units you put into the opposite side of the scale. So your balance would be equal and flat with the pencil and the number of coins. Then, my friends, I'm going to challenge you to do this activity, which is called It's Lighter Than a Rock or It's Heavier Than a Rock. So go out to your yard or search around your house and find yourself a rock. You just need one rock. You're going to put your rock on one side of the scale, and then you're going to get whatever items in your house you possibly can find, and you're going to put one item in the other side of the scale. So let's say I put this glass in this side of the scale. Well, my glass might be heavier than my rock, so my scale is going to drop down like this, and then I would put a glass. Now, if my glass was empty, it might be different. So look at the scale. If the rock drops down, then your item is lighter, and you'd write your item down here. And if the rock goes up and your item goes down, then your item is heavier, and you'd write the item here. Try to get maybe 5 things that are lighter than a rock and 5 things that are heavier than a rock. So don't pick a rock that's too big, or it'll be really hard to find things that are heavier than it. Those are your 2 pages today for math in I Can Measure Weight using non-standard units of measure. Have fun finding all the things, and I can't wait to see your chart to find what amazing things you found were heavier than a rock or lighter than a rock, and how many non-standard units those items are in your house. Just remember to tell me what kind of unit you're using. Write down the object you're using to measure.